Do you think that the military like breeds like emotionally immature or like unavailable men?
Absolutely. At the same time, like he's done a lot of dumbassery, so I'm just kind of like,
I like that word. Dumbassery. Have you heard that before?
Yeah.
Dumbassery?
Yeah.
I like that.
I will say, like,
Dumb?
I am very vulgar, and that is part of my vernacular. So if anything, this podcast is probably going to be the
most
rated
vulgar?
R or like probably like someone's gonna be like, this is kind of distasteful.
Okay.
No, I feel like this is gonna be our most rated R episode.
Okay, cookies. Please keep that in your mind. please note that if you're listening to this at work or out loud on any speakers, this is gonna be rated R. We're just gonna go ahead and prompt that right now.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, welcome back everyone to another episode of Bulgogipod. And today we have on our friend Sean Nam.
You probably heard of him before.
Yes.
Season 1
when we were talking about our friend who there weren't very many great vibes on this big trip that we did to Paris.
The infamous, yeah.
And then Julie and Sean and another friend went to Belgium.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I think that's why Hannah's sitting in the middle between me and Julie to prevent us from getting into a cat fight with each other. Julie's like ready to throw hands and like, this is what you get.
Fucking hilarious. And she goes, yeah, you sit in the middle.
I feel like Hannah's a great like mediator. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, like just in case. Because when we were in Paris, we didn't expect to fight. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
It just happened.
Yeah.
So who knows? Maybe it'll just happen. You know? So I don't think it will, but you know.
Yeah, I mean, how many years has it been since that trip? We took that in like 17? So it's been a good 5 years. I hope that you guys are
No, actually we did that in
it was
2016.
No.
I was a junior, you guys were
Yeah.
sophomores.
Oh shit.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, so it was 2017.
Yeah. Because my freshman year, we did New York City.
Yes,
Oh,
yes.
I actually met you guys in New York,
I
remember?
yes!
And you guys saw that pizza rat.
Yeah.
On the subway.
Wait, I still think about it. I was actually just telling my boyfriend about how when we got on the subway, like there was that huge
rat.
and he was like, "Oh, it's probably not a rat." And I was like, "It was a rat, but it was like a possum rat, you know?"
It was like a possum.
It was so fat. It was so fat. I remember.
Oh gosh, yeah. No, actually I've traveled a lot with Sean. Like we just kind of meet up in different countries. Like I don't ever see him when he's in LA, so this is rare. But like I'll see him in Paris, in Korea, in New York.
With Matt O in Korea. We went to like clubs in Hongdae.
And that wasn't me.
Was that Julia?
That was Julia.
Shit.
Get your girl straight. Also, just to preface, Sean Nam likes to describe himself as a
Whore.
So it's not unlike him to mix up girls, including me and Julia.
Yeah.
Not like that. But yeah, so Sean, you're in the Navy, correct?
No, I'm in the Marine Corps.
Wait, are you serious?
Yeah. So I went to the Naval Academy, and then when you graduate, you get to choose different paths.
I did not know that. I just told my dad that you were in the Navy.
Oh.
Oops. No wonder you hate your life.
It is tough, yeah.
I'm just kidding. Okay. And so where have you been stationed?
After graduation, stationed in Quantico, Virginia. Then went to school over in North Carolina, Camp Lejeune, North Carolina. Then I went to, right now I'm permanently stationed at Okinawa, Japan.
Wow, he international.
So do you get to choose these locations?
You put in prefaces, and then depending on how well you do at your job, they can either choose you to F you over or not F you over.
So is Okinawa we are effing you over, or that was your...
That was my first choice because I would have been closer to home in Korea. And then COVID hit, and I was like, can I change? And they're like, no. And so then I've been stuck in Japan. Japan's been under lockdown since COVID, like no internationals, like if you want a business visa, people got to go to the embassy. Just been skiing in Japan.
Oh, he skis. Okay, X Games mode.
Okay.
Nice.
Should we go into it? We have Sean on today because we wanted to talk about his experience being in the Naval Corps.
Completely different, Julie.
Sorry.
I'm getting on. In the Marine Corps. And I guess just what the dating life is like, having been in all those locations.
Yeah.
Yeah, so let's get into it.
I mean, well, what do you want to know?
I want to know all of it. Like, can you be PDA in the, in the Marine Corps?
Are you allowed to date within?
So, no. Yes and no, right? So, as an officer, you can't date enlisted. And so, like, even if you met them at a bar and you're, like, really, you guys vibe and, like, let's say you just didn't even know about each other's jobs. Once you find out that she's an enlisted or he's an enlisted, it's like, boom, can't date because... Like there are quote unquote waivers, but they'll just be like, get fucked, like don't date because it's a punishable law under the Uniform Code of Military Justice. So like you're gonna get fired or you're gonna get transferred or your career is done because you're dating an enlisted. But if I wanted to date somebody within my rank or within like one up, kind of one down, right? Like another officer, completely fine.
And so do you find that a lot of people actually like date within, or is it just like nah, like I'd rather not?
A lot of people do date within.
I feel like it'd be better.
You understand the life, you understand the times, like you understand that there are going to be long days, there's going to be days when you're not going to be able to talk at all for like anywhere from 4 days to like 6 months, right? Like, you understand that. So a lot of people do date within the military. I think Okinawa in itself is very unique where everyone's trapped on an island and you'd be surprised as to how much infidelity there is within the military. Yeah.
No way. Oh gosh.
I mean, like think of the divorce rate, right? Like divorce rate in the military is like so high. So like people get married easily and then they divorce easily because there's a lot of infidelities within that.
Wait, I did not know that.
That's why the whole stereotype of like, well, within the Marine Corps, there's a whole stereotype of like, while you're at boot camp or something, they're like, Jody's banging your girlfriend or something like that. And so it's kind of like your new girlfriend is your rifle.
Your new girlfriend is your rifle?
Like you sleep with your weapon on you at all times. So it's kind of like you're not spooning your girlfriend, you're spooning your fucking M16.
Interesting.
That is very interesting.
Oh my gosh.
And we're roughly, I don't know if you listened to the most recent episode, but I'm young, and Hannah's kind of getting there to the mid-20s. You're in your mid-20s.
Yeah, I'm 25, turning 26.
Okay, this year.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you're like really old.
Whoa.
She's in her youth. I'm in my youth.
When's your birthday?
September 96. You're the same age as us.
No, wait, she's almost
You're 96.
She's a full year younger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So are a lot of your peers the same age as you?
A lot of them are.
Do you call them peers?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, peers, coworkers, but a lot of them are. Some are a little older. Some are in their late 20s, even like early 30s, because they just joined a little later. I have one friend, another Korean guy. He's now 30, and then I guess there's a lot of. I'm the old man in the group now. A lot of the old guys left the unit, and so I'm the.
Where do they leave to?
To their next command. Like every 3 years, you have to move.
Oh.
So I'm the old man now.
Okay.
It's okay. You'll be getting out in a year or so, right?
Yeah, a year? Less than a year?
No, I'm gonna.
2 years?
I have one more year in Okinawa, and then I'm gonna accept the next set of orders. That'll take me to about 7. And I'm thinking about doing another 3, so I'll have total served about 10 years in the Marine Corps.
Yeah, but like you you can unit change, but it's all in Okinawa?
No. You can unit change. It's within the Marine Corps, but it's
different like city.
Yeah, different city.
Yeah.
Like from San Diego or North Carolina.
Oh,
cool.
Can you hold the mic up a little?
Yeah.
Oh, I see. Yeah, my dad was like, why is he staying 10 years? If you're going to stay 10 years, stay 20 years.
A lot of people do say that, but at the same time, it's once you reach that 10-year mark, you're considered what a field grade officer. So like you just deal with so much more politics behind things, the bureaucracy, the Congress, the money, the funding. And it's no longer like it's fun being there, like doing things with the young guys, right? It like keeps you young, there's energy, they do dumb shit, it's entertaining. And it's when you get up to a higher level, it's kind of like, yo, this dumbass is in another meeting and he's just gonna drag it out even fucking longer.
I feel like you'd be good at it.
No.
Like I feel like you'd be really good at disciplining younger guys.
Me?
You know what I mean?
Nah.
Like I feel like you have a really good RBF, and so when someone comes in and they're like about to shit their pants and like you're like, I feel like you'd be really good at it.
No, so I don't have a RBF. I'll look at them and be like, what's I'll be very blunt. I'll be like, what's wrong, fuck nuts? I'll be like,
Oh my god.
I'm like, how we doing? And they all just be, or like my first time that I met these guys, I was kind of like, you know, every Friday we give them a Liberty brief, right? Every Friday they get to go out, have fun on the weekends. So I'm like,
hey, that's so nice.
I'm like, don't waste your time. Fucking don't stay in your room. Like, go work out, go PT. Y'all are getting kind of thick, all right? I don't need no fucking thickums in my fucking platoon. I'm like, stop being fat and nasty. Clean your fucking rooms. And I'm like, have a good weekend.
I can't get over fuck nuts. I think that is my new term of endearment.
Wait, did you say thickums?
Thickums.
Yeah, thickums. I like that one.
Oh, okay,
thickums.
Okay, we're learning.
All right, so far we have dumbassery and
fuck nuts.
Yup, and what did I just say?
Thickums.
Thickums. How do you spell thickums? Thickums.
Thickums. THICC.
Yeah.
CCUM.
Thickums. I like that.
Okay.
So I'm curious, of those in your platoon, how many of them are married or engaged?
Within my section, there's about maybe 20 guys. Of those 20, maybe about, I'd say a good 20% are also married, or if not engaged. And of that, maybe the healthy relationship is like 3 guys of like 3 of like 20.
And what does that mean? Like a healthy relationship?
They stay married. They actually have good communication.
No cheating.
None of that. If they have some type of marital problems, they'll ask me, hey, be like, you know, sir,
why?
No. As in like, okay,
Why are they asking you?
I'll get to that part, but it's they'll be like, can I go to marriage counseling?
Oh, got it.
They'll say things like that. They want to seek help.
Yeah.
They want to go get help if their marriage seems unstable. Why they come to me? Also a great question, because they're a grown-ass man. I don't need to know whether or not you knocked up your girlfriend or not, but every time somebody gets married, I have to update it in their system. Because it reflects their beneficiaries, it reflects like all their personal things. So, you know, what normally happens is Friday, I'm like, don't do anything dumb. Come Monday, sir, I got married. I'm like, I fucking hate you. Or vice versa. Friday, I'll be like, hey, have fun. Come Monday, they're like, I was like, how's your weekend? They're like, oh, it was great. Spent time with my girlfriend. Went to a hotel, went to a resort, blah, blah, blah. Come Friday, I'm like, hey, guys, be safe. Don't do anything dumb. And then they're like, sir, can I talk to you in private? I'm like, what's up? And then he's like, I got my girl pregnant last weekend. We're about to have a kid, and therefore I need to get married.
For sure. Oh gosh. And so for you personally, have you like dated while being like stationed over there?
I want to backtrack.
Okay.
Starting from Maryland, right? Like I want to hear the dating history from Maryland, because I feel like I don't know. And we didn't really talk about like your dating life, I feel like.
Yeah.
You know what I remember from Paris? I just remember that you used to brush your teeth once a day. That's all I remember.
That's
fucking nasty.
No, it's not.
You don't remember? He was literally like,
no,
I brush
do.
my teeth once a day and it's probably still cleaner than all of yours, is what he said.
Yeah, that's fucking gross, dude.
Yo, you just brush it like when you wake up. I got better now because it's like.
So you do like 1.5 times a day?
Yeah, about, you know.
But do you floss?
Every day?
He said every day?
I don't got time for that.
Every day?
Oh gosh.
That is funny. You are funny.
So, dating history.
So I would say in Maryland, while I was in college, not much of a dater. I just kind of hooked up a lot. I was a whore. I'd say like towards the end of my college years was when my mom was also like, hey, you should probably like kind of take your life a little more seriously.
Like, did she know you were like
so she didn't. The funny thing is she didn't. And then when I took her on a trip to Italy, she's like, how come you're not dating anyone? And I was like, Mom, I don't think you realize like how I've been meeting people. And she's like, how you been meeting people? I'm like, Tinder. She's like, what's that? And I'm like, this dating app. She's like, what do you do? And then eventually it goes down the rabbit hole. And she's like, how many people have you met? I'm like, I don't know. 50 maybe a little more. And she's like, oh my god, my son's a whore. And then like pretty much no dating, but I will say, right, is I'm like my ex, I met her through Tinder while I was in Korea.
Okay.
Hit it off, it was great. Decided to just talk, right, see where it went. And then I would come visit Korea, we would meet up, and then we kind of just became like boyfriend and girlfriend a little bit.
Did you ask her?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I did ask her, but being that it was a long distance, we kind of kept it as like open relationship almost.
Got it.
Like we're not searching for anyone, but if you so happen to find somebody that you really vibe with at work or whatever, then hey, let me know and then we'll talk about it. And then okay, like you want to commit your time to this person, great. So kind of dated her for about 1.5 years, and then
that's a while.
1.5 years?
Yeah, especially long distance. I mean, I feel like it's hard enough to like keep a relationship, like even if you guys are in the same city, and like keep that emotional connection. So how did that work, like with you being long distance?
I actually preferred it in the sense that you don't have to worry about I need to ask permission to go out with my friends. It's like, does my Saturday mornings got to be with you, or my Friday nights got to be with you?
Yeah.
It's like, hey, Friday I'm going out to a bar and getting brews with the broskies, right? Brewskis with the broskies, right? And then in the morning we go golf skis, and then that's pretty much it. Like, and then come like Sunday, it's like, hey, how was your weekend? It was great. What'd you do? And then you just kind of like talk about it. And then Monday through Friday, you don't feel the pressure of having to go make time for this person, right? It's like,
I agree, because I was in a long distance relationship my like junior senior year, and remember a couple episodes ago when you shared that your mom shared like, oh, back in the day we didn't have phones, so like when you would meet up, so it's almost like similar in the sense where you're almost more present when you do converse, because you aren't dealing with them. Like you didn't see them yesterday, there was no interacting, so it's like you are truly updating them on everything that's going on in your life because it's not with them. So there's so much to update that person on, because if we're doing something together, we're doing it together, so you know what's up, like we're experiencing it together, but I'm truly updating like my entire week to them. And yeah, it's like, what are they gonna do about it? We're like, for me it was like we're 3,000 miles away. Oh, like I have to go out now, like my friend's here to pick me up, like we're going out to the bar, he's not gonna be like, no, talk to me more. It is what it is, and if you don't answer a phone call, well, you don't answer a phone call, so they can't really do anything about that either. So in some ways I feel like it can be easier. A little bit.
But should it be easier is my question. Like, I don't know, like from my perspective, like I hear this in terms of like, oh, like, you don't have to like think about them, you can like do other things.
I mean, obviously there's the lack of physical connection as well as like an emotional connection, because they're just not there with you to share every piece of your life with you, right? But at the same time, if you're doing that every day, you run out of things to talk about. And it's, what do you do? Like, I'm genuinely curious, because now I'm in that moment where I have a girlfriend and she's in Okinawa, and I'm like, what do we do? Because like I talk to her every day, I know where she works, she knows what I work, like it's busy, like life is busy, and then it's kind of like, what do you want to talk about? It's like, I don't know. What do you want to talk about? It's like, I don't know. That's pretty much it, because like what level of a deep conversation? We're not like fucking solving Einstein's theory here together.
Okay, I will say that thought has crossed my mind multiple times, especially when I was single. I was like, if somebody's dating somebody for 10 years, like what do they talk about, right? I mean, our parents have been like married, they've been married like for a really long. I'm like, what do they talk about? But
I think they just sit in silence.
I like sometimes like my boyfriend and I, like, yeah, we sit in silence, or like we like, okay, so the first solid 8-9 months we've dated, of course we wouldn't be watching like Master Chef or Next Level Chef while eating dinner, but like sometimes we'll choose to watch like a TV show while eating dinner, right? Or I guess your day is a little more cut out in what you're able to do Monday through Friday, but
it is. But at the same time, that's what I'm saying, right? Is like when you live the life as a bachelor for so long, it's hard now to transition, because like I'll be eating at my house, my cat's like right next to me, like we're eating together, and all I do is just watch fucking Netflix like this, like while eating dinner, and like I'm so habitually used to that. Like I don't want to talk to anyone while I'm fucking eating dinner. I just want to eat my dinner.
Oh, does she know that?
No. She wants to have a conversation, like how's your day, and shit like that, and I'm like, okay, great, like what's new from yesterday? Sometimes it's like I said, it's a little aggravating. At the same time, it's like exciting to be in a new relationship,
right?
But
wait, you're in a new relationship and you already don't have things to talk about?
Yeah,
that's a lie. That's a lie.
No, I believe it.
What do you mean?
Do you think much is going on in his head?
Yeah. my brain's fried from dealing with like idiots every day. Like, what do you think is going on inside my head? I just want to eat. I just want to eat, watch my TV show, have 3 beers, and then go take a bath, and then like that's about it. Like,
okay, so real question here, I guess, is why do you have a girlfriend?
Wait, yeah, what changed? Like, how? Like, what made you decide to like transition from your bachelor life to like more of a like settled down, committed life?
Well, one, I think it's like when you whore around a lot, you realize like it gets kind of boring. Like going on dates, trying to woo people, trying to like things to talk about, you know, like oh my gosh, like baby got me googling this shit, like 101 things to talk about on a fucking day. You know, like,
I think I've been on that website.
Yeah, right. Yeah, it's like unless the conversation starts right off the bat, like it's flowing, you guys like from one topic to another, things happen, right? It's tiring to keep up a conversation with somebody that you're like, dude, you're kind of boring me, dude.
Like there's no flow. Yeah.
And like it's great when you meet somebody like that, but like I said, also unfortunate timing that like great date, but like I got a deuces in 2 months, you know. So I'd say like doing all of that for 6 years, and I was kind of like, maybe I want to know what it's like to be in a relationship. I want to know, and I want to experience it. I want to feel, I want to know what love is, and then I want to feel a heartbreak. Like I want to fucking punch a wall, punch a hole through the wall kind of deal, right? Like, yeah. So I guess like in that sense, I was like, maybe I'm ready to settle down. And then the girl that I met, she was really cute, so I was like, I just really want to get to know her first. Started going on small dates. And then the kind of conversation died down, and then kind of re-sparked up, and then since then we kind of been dating, and then from then on forth we've decided to be boyfriend and girlfriends.
Boyfriend and girlfriends?
Boyfriend and girlfriend.
Today you get shot now. Tomorrow.
Oh, okay. So do you think that like guys... Okay, so one thing that I've heard is that as soon as the guy is ready, whoever is in front of him, like whoever he is dating, like they will get married. And so do you believe that like you kind of as a guy reach a point where like you're ready to like
like you could be dating somebody for like 10 years, but let's say those 10 years were 19 to 29 and you don't want to get married, blah, blah, blah. What, the next year, maybe you're 30, all of a sudden you're just like ready. And then, but you broke up with that girl you dated for 10 years. So whoever you're dating at age 30 is like, she's the one because you're ready to get married. So regardless of the person, she's asking if like, do you think it's for guys, it tends to be just whenever they're ready instead of the right person?
Maybe. Oh, that's actually good. I don't know. I think when guys are ready to settle down in the sense that they're ready to get serious, like they will be serious. But I honestly can't say because there's people that we know who since college, like they were committed to that one person. They're ready to be committed, but they're not ready to get married. Now I don't know what that step, like why it's any different, because at the end of the day, you're still living at their house half the time.
Right.
Yeah.
Like what's the difference? A bank account? Like that's pretty much the only other difference, right?
It is.
So I don't know if it's like the moment you're ready, because do you feel that? Like the moment that you're ready?
I think that I fall more underneath the side of like it being the right person. Of course, right time is included in that, but like I don't think for me it would be like when I am ready. If that makes sense.
Yeah, I think me too. I think for me, it's like, it's the person first. And if the person's right, oh, I'm ready now. Whether that be, well, so I didn't meet the right person at age 21, but if that, 21, if I met, actually, well, who knows? Because it didn't happen. I don't want to say if it happened because, we don't know.
Right.
I'm past 21. But yeah, I think it comes person first. And then if the person is right, regardless of age, I feel ready.
I mean, I've seen a lot of Marines who think like that. The person is right and then they get married. And then they get divorced. And again, like they have their own issues.
Right.
Like,
but what do you think those issues like tend to be? Because how to word this? Like
it's a level of maturity, right? It's realizing that you're on your own and you're realizing that like you have somebody that you need to actually like think about and support and like take care of. So like from you guys, your perspective, it's you graduated college, you kind of like first 2 years, right? You struggle to find a job, whatever, and then like you find a job, you sustain yourself, and then you realize like, oh shit, like I can sustain myself, I can sustain this dog, this cat, whatever. And then it's like, oh, I met this great person and they're a great addition to my life. Things work out, there's great communication, there's ups and downs, and you work through those, and you're like, all right, this person is a great person to have for my life, and I want to have them for the rest of my life, right? It's like some of these kids that I meet within the military, it's like, I lost my virginity to her, and it's like, I want to marry her, and like that happens, that shit happens. And I'm like, sometimes, like, as hard as it is to say, I'm like, dude, you're like, you could do a lot better.
Not what I was expecting.
I was not gonna go that way, but
well, that too, and the fact that like these guys have trouble like keeping their rooms clean, doing their laundry. You know, like I deal with fucking bedwetters still. Yeah, like 20-year-olds, right?
I feel so protected in our country.
Like,
oh my god,
like shit like that, and it's like, I can't even trust them to go fucking wipe shit down with a goddamn Lysol wipe on their doorknob. You know, like dumb shit like that. That it's like, yo, if you are not ready to take care of another human being, let alone like take care of yourself.
Yeah,
like they literally have a babysitter on them 24/7, and some of these kids, like, yeah, they're great. Like they just like you guys, right? They have a stable income. They kind of find themselves. They're put into a place of responsibility. They take care of the Marines. They essentially like baby them like their own fucking 18-year-old kid or like a 15-year-old kid, and then like they get kids of their own, and it's like, you know, they're already ready to be parents.
Right.
So
I guess like one question I have for you is that like, okay, when I'm on like dating apps, whatever, like swiping, whatever, if I see a guy in uniform, even though my dad was in the Air Force, like I immediately swipe away because I feel like there is like a generalization that like guys in the military are like a bit toxic. And so like, do you think that the military like breeds like emotionally immature or like unavailable men?
Absolutely. So I can't speak for the other branches, right? It's because they have different life conditions. So they deploy at a different rate. They go like 12 months instead of 9 months or 6 months.
But there must be like stereotypes.
There obviously is. Yes. So I would say from the Navy and the Marine Corps perspective, also, I don't speak on behalf of the Navy and Marine Corps. From what I've observed is like we travel a lot. And so being that in itself, like it's very hard to find a stable relationship. So already your mind is like, hook up, quick fuck, let's go, right? At most, like this is gonna last is maybe like 2-3 months. No. Oh my god. And then so that's where their mind is at, right? They're never ready to settle down because they're always traveling. Right. And then
that sounds really realistic though. I think. No, I'm saying because they must be so horny. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Because like, what's the ratio like at your base
in your platoon?
Like, not even platoon. Well, yeah, your platoon.
Well,
how many?
I would say like in college it was about 25 to 75, right? So like
that's a little bigger 25% than
women.
I would have thought.
I would say in the normal average the military as a whole, it's probably about the same.
Oh, okay. Oh, wait. See, like 50-50?
No. Like it's about 25-75, right?
Okay.
That's like basically dating in New York, like as a woman, right?
Right. But the moment you get into like the Marine Corps, it goes down to like, I want to say like 15%, 85, right? And then depending on the unit that you're with, it really changes because my friends are in infantry. Yeah, infantry, 0 females.
Those
dudes.
are the frontline people, right?
Yeah,
the ones that die first in Game of Thrones, right?
Yes, the infantry, like, yes, they accept women in the combat arms MOS, but there's rarely any.
So that's what I was referring to. I just maybe the horniness level.
Like they all go out together. They're all horny. They just got off ship or they just got off doing something, and like fuck, they've been living with dudes all day for like the past 10 days. You know, like they want to go fuck something. Like literally, as vulgar as it is, like as literal as vulgar as it is, right? Is like they get drunk and they'll like. It doesn't matter if you're a 1 or a 10, like.
You're something.
You're going home. You're going home with one of them young ones.
Interesting.
Oh my gosh.
And, I mean, obviously, right? Is like not like reeling back that vulgarness, right? Is like, yes, like normally you want to have a little more class than that, and like, normally it's not like it's not everyone, right? There's those that are there, but you know, if you ever want to, if you're curious, just type in Marines in Thailand, Marines Liberty in Thailand, because like when we go on unit like operations or exercises, or you know, we go to the Philippines, we go to different places. They're training constantly, right? Okay. And then they're burnt out. They're tired of seeing just dudes and butt cheeks and dicks all day, like showering together. So like, you'll just see like so many news articles about Marines going to whorehouses, prostitution.
Yeah, the first thing why do Marines go to Thailand?
What do Marines do in Thailand?
So like,
oh no.
Again, like it sounds like I'm besmirching the Marine Corps, but I'm not. It's just the fact that like I would say military guys are kind of bred toxic. They have a toxic mentality because there's nothing for them to be stable for, right? Like that great girl, like who knows what's gonna happen to? And I think they do it on themselves too. Is like, you meet this gorgeous girl in San Diego, right? There's a lot of Navy and Marine Corps guys in San Diego. They meet a gorgeous girl, and they kind of like self-doubt themselves, like self-worth, self-confidence. Like they may be great at their job, but they know they only make a certain amount of income. Like who knows what this girl's gonna go like be successful in college, nursing students, med students, whatever, right? Business students, and I'm sure there's some like rich guy out there that's gonna outperform him, do everything that he does. And so they're like, Julie, stop thinking about sex, Jesus Christ.
Outperform? I just thought it was 60 seconds.
And so in that sense, they self-doubt. They think that babies are gonna fix the marriage. They think that something else is gonna fix something, and they don't realize that they're either one within their own head, or two, like they just grew up in a culture where divorces are so common.
Right.
Like infidelity is so common that they think it's the norm when it's not.
Interesting.
This is kind of going on a tangent, but do you feel like it is the Marine Corps' responsibility to like teach this type of stuff?
I mean, yeah. And here's the thing, right? Can you ever teach somebody social skills?
Yes.
Maybe a little. I don't think you could do it fully.
Or I think just stuff like, because I guess I was thinking of like my boyfriend, and they have to partake in this empathy class. Yeah. Right? And I just feel like with, I don't know, potential like PTSD, or like you just said, it sounds like a lack of confidence. Like, I feel like that's teachable.
There's an empathy class?
Yeah.
The fuck's
well,
that?
because you're dealing with people like if they pass away, like if their family members, like certain languages, or how you should like
console somebody, like it's like that sort of thing.
Yeah. Okay, yes, absolutely. There should be something. There isn't, right?
Okay,
and,
yes.
Yeah, sometimes, you know, like a lot of these Marines come from broken homes, and like they look at their leadership for guidance, right? They go to them for daily guidance, like your normal boss, right? And so if you don't know something, that's who you go to. And when like I had this one kid, his mom passed away from cancer, and obviously, you know, you say the normal things like, "Oh, I'm so sorry for your loss. Like, if there's anything that I can do, let me know." And there's like the dumbasses that go like, oh, "Well, that sucks." And literally, it's like from myself looking at other peers, I'm like, "Who taught you life, man?" Like, you know, like empathy classes like that. I would say yes, but going back to the whole social skills of dating. Where have you guys learned social skills of dating? In college, for the most part.
Yeah.
High school is what you eat shit, live with these motherfuckers in high school all day, right? Like you spend 6 to 12 hours with somebody at all times. But in college, I think is where a lot of people learn how to date, who to date, red flags, and all that stuff. But when these kids skip all that, some kids do go to college, but when Marines skip all that, and when the military skips all that and hire some young guys, they're very awkward. Especially around women, they're very awkward. So like pretty girl, they freeze up.
Interesting.
Okay.
I never thought about it like that, actually. Because like I think we've talked about how college is kind of like pseudo real world. And so like you don't get that experience when you're going straight into the military and enlisting.
Yeah. And it's a place where you can experiment, right? And college is a place where you can fuck up as however you want.
Right.
At the end of the day, you can move cities, you can go do something else, right? Within the Marine Corps, like if you're awkward or you're known and you're like a dumbass, like, and you continue to stay in, when you get to your next unit, it's kind of like you eventually see each other. People know each other and people talk. So like if you're known as a dumbass, like good luck. Like, you're gonna be known as the dumbass for the rest of your fucking career.
Yeah.
Also, like, your performance evals will say dumbass, like not verbatim, but like it's kind of like
fuck nut.
Yeah, like watered down. Yeah.
So, should we stay away from Marine Corps guys?
I already know the answer to that.
What do you think the answer to that is?
I was gonna say no. The automatic answer was no, but maybe they need people like me and Hannah to teach them.
Should we go? You know should we go to Pendleton? Like,
should we do a seminar?
Oh my god!
With the Marine Corps. I love that. That's sexy.
You should be like a civilian, like a contractor who teaches young
no,
guys how to,
I was thinking,
how to be social.
Sean, this is your opportunity to get a Nobel Peace Prize, I think. To bring in, I think we live in an era right now where like psychiatry is like truly on the boom and like mental health. I think this is your opportunity to, like stamp a name and like create your own scholarship type of thing.
Yeah,
and
make
receive
a change.
Nobel Peace Prize. Yeah.
Yeah, come on, red ribbon. Come on.
What's a red ribbon?
It's like some
star. How many stars?
It's some scholarship thing.
Oh yes, red ribbon. Yeah, you red ribbon.
Yellow ribbon, something. Post GI Bill.
Well, I mean, what was your question from the get-go?
I think you should initiate it, like the Sean Nam class. Hey, did you take the NAM class? You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Maybe they probably won't use NAM. In Nom.
Nom.
Yeah. Oh, that's your Insta handle, right? Back in Nom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, one, I'm not gonna create anything like that.
Why not? I'm telling you, you're gonna get
a Nobel Peace Prize.
Yes.
That's not how you get Nobel Peace Prize.
For humanity. No, I could feel it. I just feel it.
What, making horny guys like less horny?
Maybe you could create like an algorithm that can breed non-toxic, Marine Corps members.
Men. Yeah.
Men.
So I would say that, right, the initial question of like, should you stay away from military guys in general when you're dating?
Mm-hmm.
I think you have to really evaluate the person and see, you have to look at how old are they? Because it really puts into perspective as to how seriously they take their job. I have this one kid, he's 28, actually two kids who are 28, mm-hmm. and they're in a pretty junior rank. But the level of performance and how much give a fuck factor they actually put out and the expectation is always exceeded. So when you meet somebody like that, they know life. They already know how to be in a relationship. They know what they did wrong. They know how they need to communicate. They know the resources that are within the military. And they joined because they found a career and a passion that they find passion in.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas if you meet a young kid who doesn't know and is very like, I don't know, confident, arrogant, whatever, right? He might sound like a rock star, but in reality, like, he's not. And there's maybe like, you're gonna wait minimum, I would say like 2 years, 4 years to really get a true partner out of him, like a true investment out of that kind of person. Like even within the officer corps, like we go to college, you have this and that, right? But the moment you put us back in the mindset of like hanging out with a bunch of 22-year-olds, 21-year-olds, it's like sometimes a lot of officers think that they're frat boys again. So you have to look at the person as a whole, figure out what they do, what do they do? Do they have a career and a future outside of the military? Because at the end of the day, it's an investment of your time and your efforts and your money, right? So do you feel like this person will not be homeless and actually has like a good head on his shoulders and has aspirations to go do business school, whatever? And then does this person like take his or her job seriously? Because that kind of also tells you, hey, this person's a profession of their craft, and therefore when they invest in someone like me, they're also going to invest in our relationship.
Right.
There
it
you
makes
go.
sense. It makes sense. I mean, I don't really like generalize like that. I just thought it was a funny question.
Yeah, that was really serious. I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah. No, but it makes sense. Like, you have to judge somebody for like who they are as a whole, like not just like one aspect of them. And so like I do think like those are all like factors that you can take like outside of like dating military guys and like apply that to the rest of your dating.
Yeah. And as for you and your relationship, I highly recommend you buy We're Not Really Strangers.
Is that a card game?
They have a relationship version. But you could buy the dating version first, maybe do that one and then the relationship one.
Yeah, you gotta send me a link to this.
And there's we will. Yeah, we will.
Yeah, but it helps with combos.
For sure.
Yeah.
That, and I would highly recommend you go on trips together. I feel like that is a good way. I feel like, you know, I'm a pretty like materialistic person, but in terms of a relationship, I feel like experiences.
I asked her like multiple times
to
go on a trip. Like ski trip or something, you know, like something small.
Does she ski?
No.
Then why would you ask her to go on a ski trip?
Because I can teach her how to ski.
That's correct.
Well, we wish you guys luck. Hope that you are able to talk to her.
And eventually take her on a ski trip.
I hope she doesn't hear this podcast.
Because she's Japanese.
She's Japanese.
Does she speak English?
Fluent.
Oh, okay. Did she go to school here in the States? That's great.
But she also doesn't know that I was a whore.
Okay.
Oh, we love the open communication.
Yeah.
Hey, what's in the past is in the past, all right?
I guess.
I think Julie kind of believes that.
But I think it's nice to know.
Yeah, but Julie has never also been called a kolle.
You've been called a kolle to your face?
Yeah. If you guys don't know what a kolle is, it's like think of a rag,
it's a dirty rag.
But it's like worse than a rag. It's like what rag you use to fucking soak up dog piss on the fucking carpet or some shit like that.
That's not what I was thinking. I was thinking the rag that smells like rotten water.
Yeah, like that's at the restaurant when they're just like the busboy like wiping the table and you can, like, smell it. That's what I was thinking of. Well, I'm so happy that you've been promoted from a kolle.
Yeah.
And living the good life in Okinawa.
With your Ferragamo belt and your 70s shirt.
And my Lulus.
Oh, yes, and his ABC. Yeah, don't forget that. Don't forget that.
Well, thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah. I feel like it's been a long time coming. Give us a follow on Instagram and TikTok at bulgogi.podcast. Me on Instagram at HANAKATTT.
Me at BEJULIFIED.
BACKIN_NAM.
Back in now.
All right.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3. That was good.
That was great. That was amazing.